Hello everyone, welcome back to Victoria's Knitting Podcast. I am your host Victoria and this is episode number 11 in which we are going to be talking about everything I have done in the months of October and November. If you're new here, I try to make one of these episodes once a month, but last month was a little bit tricky for me. I was really busy with grad school and I wasn't able to film or even knit anything, so I didn't film an episode. So here we are, and we're going to be talking about the previous 2 months in which I didn't knit as much as I usually do because I was too busy. But without further ado, let's start talking about my finished objects. I have 2 of them, the 2 of them which I showed you on the last episode because I was working on them. My first finished object is the sweater I was knitting for my mom. I have mentioned that my mom watches these videos even though she doesn't understand English, so that's why I hadn't showed the sweater before. But this is the step-by-step sweater by Handmade with Florence Miller, and this is a free pattern you can find here on YouTube. It has written instructions as well as a video, and you can knit your first sweater after watching everything. And that's what I did. My first sweater was a white step-by-step sweater. This sweater has the option, well, first of all, this is a raglan sweater, as you can see. It has the option to knit the German thread rows, and I have done that the 2 times, and it looks very pretty, very amazing. My mom always complimented the first one I did, so that was the main reason why I decided to knit one for her. And also she really loves stripes and these kind of earthy colors. So even though this was kind of improvised, the color combination, she really likes it and I really like how it looks. It's really lovely. As I mentioned, I think most of the yarns are acrylic and from a brand called Beslon, which I think is Uruguayan, so I'm not sure if you can find it somewhere else. But I'm really happy with how it looks. My mom loves it. She's really excited to wear it soon because even though we are in the southern hemisphere and we are in summer, we are traveling to the northern hemisphere in a few days, so she's going to be able to wear this sweater in a few days. We are really happy about our upcoming trip. Something else I wanted to mention that it's really funny is that I was trying to finish this sweater before my mom turned 73, but I wasn't able to. I was missing I think these parts of the sweater, or maybe around here, a few rows. And the day before I was like, what if I stay up until late and I finish the sweater? But I was like, no, I need my beauty sleep. So I went and I gave my mom the finished sweater and she thought it was so funny. And she has told about me not finishing the sweater on time to everyone, and she's like, I'm really happy you gave me the sweater and finish. I think it's way more funnier and nicer than if you gave me a finished sweater, because if not it would have been like, oh yeah, look at the sweater my daughter made. But now it's like, she gave me the sweater, but she gave me the sweater unfinished. So she really finds the story funny, so I'm glad that she found the story funny and that I don't have to be mortified because I didn't finish the sweater on time. I want to mention the distribution of the stripes because I think they look super nice. I did 12 rows of the thick color and then only 6 of the thinnest stripe. And I think it looks lovely. Now let's go to my second finished object. This is the Ingrid Sweater by Petit Knit. This is a very popular design. I'm sure plenty of you have knit this sweater before, and this was my second time knitting it. The first time I knitted, I was super beginner and the sweater looks really big on me. And also I decided to knit it on a really dark color, so you are not able to appreciate the design it has. So I have always wanted to knit it again, and that's what I did. This is knitted on some alpaca and merino blend that I got from my local yarn shop. And if you have been around here, you know that the yarn I get in my yarn shop never has labels, so we don't know what it is. But I can assure you that this is alpaca and merino because it smells like it. And that it's super light but also extremely warm. I really love this yarn. So about this sweater, the only modification I did was, okay, here the neck. If you see me like moving the things very weirdly, is that I have a second screen, so I'm looking at myself a little bit there, but I'm also trying to get used to it because I usually film myself with the front camera of my phone, but now I'm filming myself with the back camera, so I'm like a little bit struggling with the placement of things. So that's why I am like moving around everything a little bit weird. But coming back to the sweater, the only thing I changed was the neck band because I'm not a really big fan of the original neck. So I decided just to finish it with a 1x1 ribbing and an Italian bind off. I did question myself a little bit if I should have done like a double knitted, like a folded collar. And I don't know, I'm still questioning myself that. I don't know, what do you think, guys? It should have been like double or simple. I'm just going to put it on so you can tell me your opinions about it. But yeah, this is how it looks. I find it so lovely. Look at the sleeves, how perfect they are. They are just hitting, you see, I don't know where to put my arms. They're just hitting like very, very nice, like hitting my wrists where they should. So I am extremely happy with the fit of the sweater. I'm really happy because I will be wearing it in a few days also. And I don't know, I'm really happy with the result. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the construction of this sweater because there is a chance you don't know or you don't remember how it's built. First, you need a back panel, and then you pick up the stitches to knit the both fronts, left and right, until you knit, and you knit until the armhole around here, and then you just join everything on the round and start knitting according to the pattern. This sweater looks very complicated, I think, or at least it did for me when I was a beginner, because of all the different textures it has. You have moss stitch, then you have this fox cable, and then you have this 2x2 ribbing, and the beautiful or really elegant eyelets. But this sweater, even though it looks, I would say that this sweater looks harder to knit than it actually is. I think that the only difficult part it has are like the sleeve decreases, mostly around like here, because you have to do the decreases in and follow the fox cable, the crisscross thingy, and it's not easy to be able to do it on the round and that it looks perfect. On my first one I wasn't able to, and for this one I kind of did some math and I was able to make it look really nice. I took off the sweater because here we are in summer, or we are almost in summer, and I wanted to mention that I wrote down the instructions on how did I knit the sleeves, the decreases for this part of the pattern, and I will be leaving them down below so you can look at them. And if you're knitting an L or an M, you will be able to follow them according to what I wrote, because they have like the same number of stitches. If you're not knitting an M or an L, I will try to explain a little bit my logic on how did I manage to make this work. I'm pretty sure that on Ravelry there are hundreds of notes on how to knit the sleeve, but I'm just going to share my tips and what I did that it worked for me. So the first step was to check how many stitches I will have when I start working on the pattern and how many will I have when I end. Also, I checked where my decreases will be in which part of the pattern, so I could plan where I will do the decreases. I always try to do the decreases like on the middle of the diamonds. Like the decreases are here on the middles of the diamonds. I try to be quite far away from the legs of the diamonds. And what I did was to check how many diamonds did I have or will fit on the last row of my pattern. So what I did was that when I started knitting the first row, I started with the amounts of diamonds that I should have on the last round. So the first diamonds in the center are a little bit bigger than the other ones because I will do like the decreases on those diamonds, and to be able to fit them and to be able to connect like the legs with the other diamonds, sometimes I will have to do more like left chains are called, I think, or right chains, you know, LC and RC, that's the name and the icon, which are like this. So I will have to move them a little bit around, and I will do that on the sleeves where you just had to knit. And if you do that, you will be able to fit all the diamonds properly. So the key thing that you have to take away from this technique is you have to be able to match all the legs so they can meet on the centers. So they always meet here. So they are always meeting and crossing, and you can be able to shape your diamond properly. And you have to do that with doing like additional L or RC, and also please try to make your decreases like on the middle of the diamond, and in that way you're going to be able to make the pattern make sense. I haven't understand the Petite Knit instructions yet. I did watch her video and I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if my instructions made sense to anyone, but if you have any doubts, please let me know. I will try to explain my best. But I'm happy with the result of this sweater. Let's talk about my works in progress. Here we have the classic Breathe the Hat by Pearl Soho. This is a free pattern you can find on their website, and this is a really easy pattern to follow. I think it looks pretty similar to the Sunday hat by Petite Knit. So if you don't want to spend any money, you can check out this pattern. I'm knitting this out of gauge. I'm like knitting the biggest size because I'm knitting this on 3mm needles, and the remainders of my wool and alpaca blend that I knit my Ingrid sweater on. So I will be able to have a really cute set. And I don't think I have a lot to say, because the logic of this hat is you cast on the stitches, you knit one by one until you knit your desired length, and then you start doing the decreases. Yeah, it's a really straightforward pattern. So this is the second one I actually make. The first one I gave it away to my aunt. So yeah, it's going to be my first handmade hat for me, and I think it's going to look very cute, and I'm going to have like a cute set. So let's talk about my second whip, which I just cut on like 2 nights ago. but I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be strong enough to pull this off. This is a design by Vitro Design. I got the pattern through the Knit app. They were doing like a free gift. You had a free code, and I decided to get this pattern because I really like Vitro Design patterns. But after I had to cast on over 250 stitches, I realized that I might not be strong enough to knit a bottom-up stockinette dress. I can't remember the name of the pattern, so I always just write it on the screen and leave a picture of it. I had already talked about this pattern before because I really like the design of the dress. It's a really simple dress. You knit it bottom up. It has some waist shaping. It's, of course, everything is knitted on the round. And then when you reach like the top, you separate to do the back and front, and you just do like triangles and the stripes. I forgot how to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. Like the things I got around the on top of your shoulders, that thing. So this is knitting with like one of the acquisitions we have here, that is this yarn. I'm just going to show it here. Is the Naco Calico on the color 5306. I had seen this yarn before because Beste from Beste Knit recommended it, and this is a cotton mix. It's 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. The yarn looks really nice knitted. I knit my gauge swatch and it looked beautiful, but right now I'm a little bit scared because I need like 1 or 2 rows of this, and I'm sure you can't see anything, but I think it looks really open, and I don't know why, because I'm using the same needles. I have heard some people saying that when you gauge swatch with cotton, sometimes the gauge of your swatch is not the same as the one you end up having on your piece, and some people recommend doing like really big swatches. So I don't know if I should do that. There is a part of me who's like, girl, what if you don't need a dress? What if you need something else? So I'm just going to leave that on standby. I'm going to finish my classy ribbed hat, and I will see what I do with this afterwards. Right now, I'm not sure if I'm motivated enough to knit so many rows of stockinette, no end, without shaping, without anything. So I don't know. What do you think, guys? What would you do if you were in my place, in my position? And to finish this off, I'm going to show you my acquisition, my other acquisition of the month, which I wanted to show you. This is how I get my yarn from my yarn shop. I feel like it's like, you know, my yarn dealer at this point. This is 100% merino, and this is how they gave the yarn to me, and I was like, what is that? But yes, there are the skeins. Like, I have 6 skeins of yarn that is supposed to be knitted with 5mm needles. It's 100% merino. It's black. It's lovely. I hope I'm able to meet gauge and knit the sweater number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Is that turtleneck, which is a raglan turtleneck, and it's really nice because you can see like the 2x2 ribbing that goes from the neck to the increases here on the raglan, and I love it. Also, raglan sleeves are my favorite construction, so I'm hoping that I meet gauge. And if I don't, my other plan is to try to see if I have the correct gauge to knit the waves sweater. I'm pretty sure you have seen it around because a lot of people made it, and I think it looks beautiful. So those are my plans for now. I love that I'm in the middle of the summer, but I'm only thinking about winter knits. And at this point, I think I'm mostly a winter knits girly. I wanted to show you something else, which is not knitting related, but I'm super excited because I've been working on it in my free time, and this is the bodice of a dress I'm doing. The pattern is by Alice Patterns, and this is the corset dress. It's a really lovely dress. I'm just going to, this is lovely dress with a huge skirt, and this is going to look so cute. This is only done with basting stitch for the moment, like basting stitch, and I had to put some interfacing because my fabric is like really not strong, like it doesn't have any structure, so I decided to put a lot of interfacing on it. But I'm really excited about this dress. I'm going to be wearing it for my cousin's 15 years old party. You know, I'm Latina, so for us Latinos, 15 years old parties are a huge thing, and I'm very excited because I love the parties. They're always super fun, and I'm really excited because like one of my goals for next year is to actually sew more. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but my mom is a seamstress, and I have always like not held myself back because I know that she can do everything I want, but I feel like I want to know how to sew by my own because I love clothes and I like being sustainable, and I want to be able to fix my things and not always end up asking my mom for help. So like that's one of my goals for next year, to be able to sew more. And well, this dress is going to be a big thing because I told my mom I'm not going to ask you for help. I'm not going to end up leaving you the dress, the responsibility for you, because I always end up doing that. I buy the fabric, I'm like, I'm going to make this, and then I tell her, Mom, can you help me? And she ends up doing everything. So this is going to be the last podcast of the year. Thank you everyone for watching them. It has been a really fun journey for me. This is my first year on YouTube, and I really loved every moment of it. I really love making these videos because I don't really have anyone to talk about knitting on my real life, and this is exciting for me. Also, on the next few days I will be uploading the video about the Ingrid sweater. I made a vlog. You know, I really love vlogs, and I feel like people also love vlogs about knitting, so keep your eyes open if you're interested. And maybe more at the end of the year I will be uploading my everything I did in 2024. I'm really excited. I love those kind of videos. That was the first video I uploaded to this channel, but most of all I love watching other people's video. I always find them so inspiring and cool to see everything people did, and it's so cool. Well, without anything else to add, I will be finishing this video. I hope you all have a wonderful end of the year. Have amazing holidays. See you on the next one. Adios.